And finally, after all these years, he's come home and requested that I pray for him. Lord, Buford is drunk and sick. Buford elbowed her and said, "Don't tell him I'm drunk, just tell him I'm sick." So, I wrote this little song for Buford. Undertaker, don't embalm me. I done taken care of that. Undertaker, don't embalm me. I done taken care of that. But I do hold the big letter 200. So sing a song and pass the hat. I don't want no preacher talking over this old vagabond. I don't want no preacher talking over this old vagabond. Just hug all the lovely ladies, buy the children ice cream cone. Now don't you say I've gone to heaven. Maybe I don't want no angel wings. Don't say I've gone to heaven. I don't want no angel wings. Cause I ain't got no beans and greens. Now don't you say the devil's got me. Honey, we both know that's just some bull. Don't say the devil's got me. We both know that's just some bull. All them politicians and TV preachers, hell's already standing full. Now if you must do an autopsy, would you tell my wife to do that? If you must do an autopsy, tell that wife to lie. Tell her my liver's perfect, and you can't determine why I died. I saw this broken-hearted sweet thing crying all alone. My tender heart was deeply touched at the sight of a woman's tears. So I said, "Hi there," and I pulled up a chair and I ordered us a couple of beers. We must have drunk a gallon of booze. When I looked at my watch, it was 2:30. Suddenly realized I hadn't even called in a while. Knowing what had happened to me when I got home, I nearly broke my neck getting to the phone. Here's what I told her in an effort to save my life. Don't pay the ransom, honey, I've escaped. Considering what I've been through, I'm in good shape. Well, my wrists and ankles are a little sore from the tape. But don't pay the ransom, honey, I've escaped. If you get tied up somewhere tonight, on your way home, in a poker game or with a good-looking dame, and it slips you not mind the phone. Don't blow your cool like a crazy fool. Tell your woman where you been. Son, your situation requires imagination. I've got a suggestion, my friend. Tell her don't pay the ransom, honey, I've escaped. Considering what I've been through, I'm in good shape. Well, my wrists and ankles are a little sore from the tape. But don't pay the everything else. When that Stucky recorded, "Don't pay the ransom, honey, I've escaped." And one day he came to the Tivoli, and I was down there to introduce Senator Howard Baker. And the steel guitar man, who played in my band before he went to Nashville, came in and said, "Nat, I want to meet you. Come out to the bus." So I went out to the bus. He said, "It's a good song you wrote for me, Horace, and I appreciate it." I said, "Well, I really appreciate you recording it, because I think my first royalty check on that was $1,700, and I got several more big checks. And, you know, just after years of frustration, it was a great feeling, great feeling." He said, "Have you ever written anything else?" I said, "Yes, sir, I've written another song that I think is as good as Ransom." He said, "Has it made you as much money as Ransom?" And I said, "No." He said, "Well, then it ain't as good as Ransom." That's the way they think up there. If it don't make you money, it ain't good. So I hummed him some of it, and oh, he loved it. So I sent him a tape of it. But I let the same company publish it that published "Don't Pay the Ransom." I'd been writing for him for 7 years, and they'd been fair and square with me. I wasn't going to write him a hit song today, and then tomorrow write him another song, and let somebody else publish it, because it's working for me. I don't know, I don't think just because you go to Nashville, you have to lay your character aside, you know. You're still the person you are. And you ought to, if you're half a man, you ought to be man enough to see the clear through a deal like that. But he did not record that song, because I let Cedarwood, my publishing company, handle it. Because I let them have the publishing on it. See, there's just 2 or 3 ways you make money on a song. The publisher makes a cut, the writer makes a cut, and the singer makes a cut. Well, because I didn't give him the publishing cut, he didn't want to do the song. They get greedy, they want more and more and more and more, you know. Sun is coming up, but honey, I got home around 12:30. I didn't find the door key, so I fumbled through the back seat. I messed up my shirt and got it dirty. I know my red ties faded on my collar, and I hate it. Yeah, I know it looks a little like lipstick. No, that's not perfume you smell. Honey, you don't have to yell. What you thinking really cuts me to the quick. Have I ever lied to you? In all these years we've been together, after all that we've been through, I should think you'd know me better. Yeah, I had a drink or two, just sat alone and thought of you, and all the sweet things that you do. Have I ever lied to you? I meant to pick up milk and bread, but something went wrong with that new computer. It didn't print my paycheck when they sent a girl to tell me, "Hon, I almost got so mad that I could shoot her." I saw Jim and Jessie Coulter, their little baby bit my shoulder. Wish you'd look at what a mark that rascal made. Honey, you won't have to yell. Have I ever lied to you? we've been through. I should think you'd know me better. Yeah, I had a drink or two, just sat alone and thought of you. All the sweet things that you do. Am I ever mind you? Guitar, let's go down on my street. Andrew, get your guitar. Let's go down on my street. Kids all getting hungry. Gotta take them home, pig's feet. Yeah, you heard me right, folks. Some days they'd sing and dance all day long down on that street. At the end of the day, they'd just have enough money for a couple of old stinking pig's feet. And when she became the highest paid female entertainer in the world, she had a railroad car outfitted in red velvet. People said, Bessie, honey, you can afford anything in the world you want to eat now. You don't have to eat them old stinking pig's feet. She said, well, I like to eat them because it reminds me of where I come from. Reminds me of how hard it was to get where I am today. And that's the reason I keep them on here. And there's one more good reason, she said. I just happen to like them. She was only 9 years old. She was 19 on the street. She was only 9 years old. She was 19 on the street. She'd send the money out of your pocket. She'd send the shoes right off your feet. Jimmy Rogers got the blues from a train down in Meridian, Mississippi. Miss Bessie got the blues from a choo-choo, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Then they both got together, gave the black and white blues to me. I had this dog, and his name was Spike. He was a big old dog, but he wouldn't bite, and when the female dogs come around, Spike played dead. One day I was attacked with this little old fice, so I turned him loose and said, "Sick him, Spike." He ran up to that little fice, and here's what he said. Arf, arf. And the big old bowsy wowsy. Out of that, don't get it. Wolf, wolf, to you, huddly, lovely. Arf, arf. And the big old bowsy wowsy. If you think I'm that kind of dog, I've got news for you. Needless to say, I was deeply shocked. So I sent him to one of them animal docs, and he said all his back needed was a female friend. So I bought this beautiful St. Bernard, and I turned them loose out in the backyard. She looks back on the face, here's what he said. Olive, olive. And the big old Bobby, well, I don't get it. Wolf, wolf, do you lovely, lovely? Olive, olive. And the big old Bobby, well, you think I'm that kind of dog, I got news for you. Like Keppel's, because to say the least, he was a very interesting conversation with me, laying on his big silk pillow by the side of the bed. Now, a lot of people wanted one of his pups, but every time I tried to pay him up, Spotty just walk away and shake his head. Oh, oh. And the big old Bobby's out well deep, and I don't get it. Wolf, wolf, do you lovely, lovely? Oh, oh. And the big old Bobby well deep. You think I'm that kind of dog? I got news for you. Tell you something else, you go ahead and do something about that cold, cold nose. You want to when I get to a certain place in this. I keep bubbling over all the time, skipping along and patting my foot in perfect time. Bright tomorrow beckons me, nothing but pure serenity. And every time I say, as a hop and skip, I want y'all to say, turn a double back flip. Can you remember that? It would add so much to this song. It would also make it sound like the Abnormal Tabernacle Choir. I've always wanted to be backed up to that great choir. Oh, such infinite joy and gladness brightens a path of life for me as I whistle along with a happy song on the path of we. Turning a cartwheel now and then, barely singing as I spin, silly hop and skip, turn a double back flip. Y'all got that now? See me turn that skip on the path of we. I'm enthusiastic all the time, skipping along and singing my song in perfect time. Bright tomorrow beckons me, nothing but pure serenity, and a hop and skip on the path of peace. All continuous happy bliss turn me into a man like this, as a sip and sing. Ding-a-ding-a-dong-ding, on the path of peace. Turning a cartwheel now and then, barely singing as I spin, singing hop and skip on the path of peace. I keep bubbling over all the time, skipping along and singing I'm a foot at a time. But tomorrow beckons me, nothing but pure serenity, and a hop and skip on the path of peace. Maybe for a million years in mountain streams, it's their laughter that you hear and in the night. When the wind is in the trees, it's their cry, Cherokee too. And there must be a lot of Cherokee in me, from when I see my mountains choking gray haze, dark as death, got to be the devil's breath. I drive Cherokee too. When we came, we tore them from this land that we love more than we can ever understand, for they love land for itself and love alone. So I cried Cherokee too. When I see the mighty Cherokee, their hearts broken by an endless trail of tears, what a sadness that we've lost their legacy. So I cried Cherokee too. There must be a lot of Cherokee in me when I see my mountains choking and the gray haze, dark as death, got to be the devil's breath. So I cried Cherokee too. I cried Cherokee too. If I tell you it's gonna rain, you better get your umbrella out. If I tell you anything, honey, it's true without a doubt. If I tell you I'm the king bee, watch out for my stain. If I tell you the hen dips snuff, look under her wing, cause it's true. I wouldn't tell you no lie. What lie, my sweet baby? I'd rather crawl off somewhere and die. If I tell you it's gonna snow, you better get your overcoat. If I tell you I'm gonna leave, honey, I won't just leave a note. But sneaking out on a woman ain't never been my thing. If I tell you a hen dips snuff, look under her wing, cause it's true. I wouldn't tell you no lie. What lie to my sweet little honey child? I'd rather crawl off somewhere and die. What lie to a sweet little innocent child? I'd rather crawl off somewhere and die like a dirty dog. As Mr. Caterpillar moseyed down the road, he stopped and had a chat with Mr. Toad. And by and by a butterfly came flitting overhead. The caterpillar pointed up and said, "You'll never get me up in one of those things. They're pretty as can be, but check those wings. They're thin as onion skin, oh, it just makes me cringe. You'll never get me up in one of those things. I'm gonna keep my 50 feet here on the ground. They may too much like work to flop those wings. You'll never get me up in one of those things. They're pretty as can be, but check those wings. They're thin as an Eskimo, it just makes me cringe. You'll never get me up in one of those things. That's all right. A woman on the street, and they threw her and shame at Jesus' feet. As they stood there with stones in their hands, he stooped and wrote something in the sand. I think he wrote, you can always start again. No matter who you are, what you've been, I'll help you if you'll give me your hand. I wonder what he wrote in the sand. They said, Master, she should die for her wrong. He said, if you have no sin, then cast your stone. One by one, they dropped them from their hand. At the words he was writing in the sand, I think he wrote, only love can change a man. So love one another, it's the great command. As he stood there with her love in his hand, I wonder what he wrote in the sand. Thank you.